What's up, guys? My name's Caleb Srackangast. This is Buffalo Creek Outdoors. Back up here at Grafton Archery doing the reviews on the 2025 bows. Today's review is going to be about the MATHEWS Lift X33. Let's jump on into it. We'll go into our grading criteria and I'll tell you what I think about the bow. So, like all the other bows, I have a 12 criteria grading scale up to a possible score of 100 for all these bows. I've shot this bow quite a bit over the last couple days. I have chronoed the bow with multiple different arrow setups, and I have my scores here on my sheet and what I think about the bow. So let's go ahead and jump on into specs on this bow first, then we'll jump on into my criteria. All right, so specs wise, this bow is going to be identical to the MATHEWS Lift 33 from 2024. You're going to have a 33-inch axle to axle. You're going to have a 6.5-inch brace height. You're going to have a 343 foot a second IBO speed. This bow is available from 55-pound limbs all the way up to, or from 55 pounds all the way up to 80 pounds. Those are not adjustable by the limbs. I misspoke. They're adjustable by the shift weight technology in the mods on this bow. It's going to be available from 26 inches to 31 inches. Each module is going to have a 1/2-inch increment, and it's available from 80 to 85% let off. So when you buy this bow, or when you go to buy this bow or any of the MATHEWS, you need to know your draw weight that you want, you need to know your draw length that you want, and you need to know your let off that you want. If you're like me, I prefer 80% let off on these bows, and some of the states that I hunt, I have to have 80% or less let off. But you need to know all that before you go to purchase one of these. If not, you're going to end up paying extra because you're going to have to buy another module later on, which is not a big deal. I think it's like 60 bucks or so. But that's pretty much it on specs. Let's talk about some of the new things that you're going to see on this year's bow versus last year's bow. First of all, colors wise, they're going to be a little bit different. I think there's 11 colors available in this bow. They did drop some of the Realtree colors, I believe, and they've now got a couple new colors as well with a Kuyu color that looks really good. Grips, let's talk about the grip. The grip on this bow is really nice. In my opinion, it's my favorite MATHEWS grip that I've seen come on the bows. This is still the engaged grip, but it's a hard plastic or polymer or whatever, like essentially like the UV grips as far as that feel, but it has a little rubber strip that kind of goes down through the back spine of the grip. One thing about the new MATHEWS grips is because it's hard on the sides and that rubber in the middle, your hand sticks in there good, but you're able to adjust it and you can really feel where your hand is on the grip. Now, along with the grips, you have the new bond system of grips that MATHEWS came out with this year. I think they're somewhere around the $100 plus or minus range, but I don't have the exact prices on those yet. The cool thing about the bond grip is depending on how you prefer to grip your bow, there's 3 grips in this. You've got the engaged, you've got the contour, which is more of a meatier grip in the midsection, and then you have an angled or tapered grip is what they're calling it. You have the tapered grip. I've shot these grips on these bows and I do have a preference, and I'll do a video on those coming up here pretty soon. Along with that, the biggest things that you're going to see, you have the new ARC7 Limb Technology, which is pretty much saying that they've got a new way of producing these limbs, so you should not have the issues with the cracking limbs like we did last year. We just had a few. I mean, out of hundreds of bows, we probably had, I think they had here at the shop 6 or 8 instances where limbs were cracking. But they've changed the way they produce these limbs, so you should not have that issue anymore. But the big thing, drum roll please, limb shift technology. Now, the idea of what the limb shift does is not brand new, like especially Bowtech has had adjustability all over their bows for several years now. But if you've seen any of my videos, you know I'm pretty critical on the way that Bowtech's systems adjust, because there's so much room there, or there's so many different screws all over that bow that just, to me, that would bother me, and it's just my personal opinion. A lot of you guys don't feel that way. You feel like it's a great system, and while it does have great adjustments, I just don't prefer the way they do their adjustments, or their tunability adjustments. With the limb shift technology, what it's actually doing, you've got this little limb bolt screw is what it looks like. You pull that screw out and this little cap comes off, and there's actually inside the limb, there's a post in there with an Allen key that you can adjust your limb. So the left limb on this bow, top and bottom, that's where your cams are connected. Those cams are hard points to that limb. You adjust your right limb with that adjustment screw. Top and bottom is adjustable. You can adjust your limb left or right based on whatever you're needing as far as your paper tuning goes. If you like to broadhead tune, or you're somebody that likes to tinker on your own equipment, but you don't want all these additional screws and things to come loose, I think this is the best system yet. So that's going to be the biggest change this year between the Lift and the Lift X 33. Let's go ahead and jump on into how I scored this bow, and I'll talk about what I like and dislike about the bow. All right, for shootability, I got 33 inches axle to axle. That's what I measured. That's what they say. That's good. 33 and a quarter inches riser length. Now, when I get my riser length, I'm looking at the longest point of the riser. I'm measuring from that to the lowest part of the riser, the max length here. And if you go up into the limb pocket, that's where that is. 33 and a quarter is what I got. Brace height, 6.5. It measured at 6.5. Reflex, I got 1.5 inch reflex on this bow. So you add all that together, subtract your reflex, you end up at 72 and a quarter. Identical to last year's Lift, and we got a score of a 9. Tunability, here's where we start getting into some cool stuff. Cams are adjustable left and right now without a press, 2 points there. Your limb pockets are not adjustable in any way, that's a 0. Draw length, adjustable in 1/2 inch increments with the mod system. So you got a 1 there. Your grip is now a interchangeable grip from MATHEWS, so I gave it a 2 there for essentially adjustable grip, because even though you got to buy these grips, they are from MATHEWS. They are specific to the MATHEWS bows, and I go ahead and give you a 2 there. Let off is adjustable with the mod, but you have to know what let off you want. It's not adjustable with the same mod, so I give you a 1 there. Timing. You have to put the bow in the press to adjust the timing. Now, yes, you can use the SAS system, but that's not really what that's for. That's more so used in a pinch. But yes, you can adjust your timing with a press, get you a 1 there. Strings and cables are changeable. The reason I give you a 2 on this is because that's kind of the purpose. Like if you cut a string, mess a string up, you are still able to get yourself back in the game, back on the mountain. So strings and cables are changeable without a press with the SAS system, so I give you a 2. Integrated rest and integrated sight with the bridge lock, integrated stabilizer with the bridge lock, get you a score of 2 on both of those, and that's a total of 13 points and a score of 7. Draw cycle. I love the draw cycle on this bow. Now my draw length is at the lower end of what this bow is designed for, so the draw cycle on that, it makes it feel very smooth. Now the higher you go towards the top of the draw cycle, you're definitely getting the full feel of that rollover on that cam. Now, with that being said, I shot this bow at 27 and at 30. It goes up to 31.5. At 30, this bow still feels like a dream. I didn't shoot 31.5. It's for a 27-inch draw guy. I mean, I'm way back there. But anyway, 30 inches, this bow still feels like a dream. I gave it a 9 out of 10 for draw cycle.
What's up, guys? Appreciate you watching the video so far. Hopefully you're getting something out of it.
My wife and I really appreciate you supporting our channel. Hopefully you can swing by the website and check out the new merchandise. Got a few new hats. This is one of them. And yeah, support the channel if you enjoy what you're watching. It really helps us continue to do what we're doing. So appreciate it. Now back to the video. Letdown, I give this bow an 8. It's very smooth on the letdown. It's not the easiest. It's not like a no cam would have been. It's just, you can do whatever with it. This bow does have a little bit to it, but not much on that back end. So when you go to let down on those cold days where you've been sitting in the stand all day, you're cold, you're hurting, you're sore, whatever it is, you're still able to let that bow down without hopefully spooking the animal that you're after. I don't think that's talked about enough. So I like to really kind of emphasize that on these hunting bows. Back wall, phenomenal. I mean, the MATHEWS back wall the last 2 years has been awesome. I gave it a 10, just like last year. Noise, this is the quietest bow that I've shot to this point this year, and for whatever reason, this bow just seems quite a bit quieter than the Lift X 29.5. May just be the one that I've got. While the Lift X 29.5 is quiet, something about this 33, it is just so quiet. Hardly any vibration in the shot. Whatever little tiny bit of vibration there is, by the time the shot cycle is over, you're not even feeling it. So 5 on vibration. Speeds, let's jump on into that. So for speeds on this bow, 27-inch draw, 70 pounds on the dot, 350 grain arrow, I got 299.7. 425 grain arrow, I got 274.9. 513 grain arrow, I got 251.7. At 30 inches with the same arrows, I got 331.3, 304.2, and 279.4, giving this bow a total score of 9.5 out of 10 for speed. These bows are not speed demon bows, and I know there's several guys give these bows a score based on what the bow company says it will shoot. At this point, we all know that they're not going to shoot. More than likely, they're not going to shoot exactly what the companies say they're going to shoot. And also, MATHEWS shoots these bows at 80% let off. I was shooting these bows at 85% because that's the mods that we have. So you will get a little bit there, but I don't grade the bows based on what they shoot, based on what the company says. I just grade them based on what do they shoot. For weight, this bow is 33 inches and says it weighs 4.26 ounces, or 4.26 pounds, excuse me, which is what it weighed last year. Weighs the same. 4.26 pounds gets this bow a score of 9.5 out of 10 for weight. Balance, that's something that MATHEWS has just really nailed in the last. The balance of these bows, bare bow and with accessories, is phenomenal. 5 out of 5 on balance. Integrated accessories, you've got all the integrated sight, integrated rest, integrated stabilizer. The quivers that go on these bows are phenomenal. They fit so tight and they're so balanced on these bows. They're great. And then you have the limb legs. 5 out of 5 for integrated accessories. And then price. MATHEWS somehow is still middle of the road on price. I mean, it's not a cheap bow by any means, but they're cheaper than the other competition's bows that are in this, I would say at this level. All the new features and all the innovation that MATHEWS is coming up with, and they're still not really hiking their prices. This bow is roughly around that $1,400, $1,350 to $1,400 range. Contact the guys up here at Grafton to find out exactly what the bow price is. I'm just kind of going off of what I'm seeing for MSRP and MAP. But that's what roughly that $1,400 price range gets you a 5 out of 10 for price. So if we total all these numbers up, that gives us a 87 out of 100. This is the highest score that we've gotten, or I've gotten, since I shifted over to these score sheets that I made. If you're interested in the score sheet, you can go down to the description below, and there's a link there that you can go to the score sheet. All right, guys, so you have the scores. What do I think about this bow? Is it worth the upgrade, or should you buy this bow? I say very accurate platform, something that you can shoot indoor, outdoor, 3D. as well as hunting. It's just a phenomenal bow. It's a great platform. It's not super long, but it is a longer axle-to-axle bow. Still getting the speed though, for the guys like myself that shoot a little bit shorter draw length, you're still getting decent speeds out of these bows. If you have a lift, you shoot it well, and you want to sell it, get most of your money back because of the new transferable warranty that Matthews said they would do last year, then yes, I think it's worth it. If you don't shoot your lift well, this is not going to make you a better shooter. You're probably not going to shoot this platform better, the Lift X platform, better than the Lift, but it's going to be a lot more tunable. It's going to be easier to broadhead tune. If you shoot your bow well, your lift well, and you're happy with it, I don't think that you need to go out there and buy the Lift X. If you're somebody looking for that tunability feature in the limbs, then yes, it's worth it. If you're somebody that does not have a lift, 100%. Anything other than coming from the 2024 lift, this is going to be a huge, huge upgrade. And now that you have that limb shift technology, it makes it an even more of an upgrade. So yes, this bow really for anybody is worth purchasing. It's just going to be up to you whether you feel like the jump is necessary from the lift to the Lift X. So with that being said, guys, like always, I appreciate you watching the channel. Please contact the guys up here at Grafton Archery if you're interested in purchasing one of these or you have any questions on it at 704-855-1300. Verse of the day, 1 John chapter 4, verse 16. And we have known and believed the love that God hath to us. God is love, and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God to him. Kind of what I'm interpreting there, guys, is God loves you. You need to love yourself. You need to love other people and love God more than that. So with that being said, I appreciate you watching, guys. If you're interested in the new merchandise, go check it out on the website or come up here and grab you a hat at Grafton Archery and Outdoors. Hit the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of the new videos coming up. Appreciate you watching my channel. Remember to live your life to the fullest and use your passions to bless others, guys. We'll check you out on the next one.